Welcome to the Uzziah Show. I am your host, Uzziah, your success strategist. And if you have any questions about your business, career, or finances, then this is the show for you. Welcome. I hope you all had a great weekend. Tonight, we're going to talk about hyperinflation. This is going to be a very important topic, guys. So make sure that you're on, because the information that I'm going to give you today could help to save your life. We are going to be in for some trying times over the next few years. And I think a lot of us aren't prepared for what's to come. So if you're just now joining, feel free to leave me a comment. Let me know your name, the city that you're from. And once I see it, I'll give you a big shout out and show you some love. For those of you guys that are just joining for the very first time, my name is Uzziah. I'm a professional business consultant. My job is to help you get out of debt so that you could start your very own business. And the reason why I talk about these subjects is because all of this goes hand in hand with your success. If you don't understand where the market is going, it's going to be hard for you to be successful in the marketplace. So tonight we're going to talk about hyperinflation, which means prices are getting high as hell. And I want to show you 7 ways to protect yourself from the cost of living increases. All right. So thank you guys so much for joining. Please make sure that you smash the like button. That'll really, really help. And as always, if you really love this channel and you want to see this channel continue to grow, then please donate by giving a super chat. That goes a long way, guys. And for those of you that like donating via Cash App as well as PayPal, the information is on the screen and the links are in the description below. Now, let's get into this. Hyperinflation represents a massive increase in prices. And I want to share with you guys this article that recently came through. Sorry, guys. Y'all know it's prep time over here, so we getting this show going. An article recently came through about Jack Dorsey. This guy is the CEO of Twitter and Square. He recently made a tweet predicting hyperinflation would come. I thought I would share with you guys this article, what this article means, and how we could properly prepare ourselves for the times to come. How many of you guys have noticed the increase in prices, whether it's through gas, food, or other expenses? Leave me a comment and let me know if you've noticed the price of living increases over the past year. Okay. I'm sharing with you guys right now. It says Twitter and Square CEO Jack Dorsey says hyperinflation will happen soon in the US and the world. Twitter co-founder and crypto advocate Jack Dorsey weighed in Friday on escalating inflation in the US, saying things are going to get considerably worse. It will happen in the US soon, and so the world, he tweeted. Now, guys, I know that there's going to be some of you that look at this and go, no, this isn't going to happen. This is just fear-mongering. He's trying to scare the people. But guys, I'd rather you be safe than sorry. If you've been watching what's going on in the economy, you got to ask yourself, is this really far-fetched? If you are not prepared for what's to come, you're going to get caught out hanging. All right. Y'all are going to get left out in the cold. Times can get tough. And this is the time to prepare. So it says Twitter co-founder Jack Dorsey weighed in on escalating inflation in the US, saying things are going to get considerably worse. Hyperinflation is about to change everything. Let's skip down to the key point. The tweet comes with consumer price inflation running near a 30-year high in the US and growing concern that the problem could be worse than policymakers have anticipated. I want y'all to notice what Jack Dorsey brought up is being confirmed by economists. The economy is grossly overpriced. I mean, damn, every time you turn around, things are becoming more and more expensive. And another thing that we got to recognize, guys, is it says on Friday, Federal Reserve Chairman Jerome Powell acknowledged that inflation pressures are likely to last longer than previously expected, noting that they could run well into next year. The central bank leader added that he expects the Fed soon to begin pulling back on the extraordinary measures it has provided to help the economy that critics say have stoked the inflation run. Let me take a quick second to explain to you guys what this is saying. How many of y'all remember all of the money that the US printed when the pandemic first happened to help people out with stimulus funds? The United States issued over $6 trillion during the pandemic. Guys, there was so much money printed during the past 2 years. The amount of money that was printed during this time is about half of what America has produced in terms of money in its existence. The total amount of money that was printed in the United States, half of that money was printed within the past 2 years. So what I'm trying to show you guys is the economy has been artificially pumped so much that everything is going up. Prices are going up. The stimulus checks sent a lot of money in a lot of people's pockets, and now there's going to be a consequence. Now, let's look at this comment from Olivian B. It says, Olivian B says, a regular bag of chicken nuggets Cost here in North Carolina almost $9. I want y'all to see what the people are saying. Now, see, this is the reason why I love whenever y'all come in and give me these comments, because we got Ariel and Austin, and we got certain prices over here, but y'all got prices in the different cities and states that y'all are in that is totally different and higher than what we're getting. So this is actually helping to show that inflation is on the rise. Shout out to my sister LA for life. So happy to see you on. Okay. For those of y'all that are just now joining, today I'm talking about hyperinflation. Hyperinflation affects all of us. So for those of you guys that are thinking, oh man, this is just some business stuff, you are so sadly mistaken. If you are not preparing yourself for the hyperinflation to come, you are going to be hurting over the next few years. This is going to be something that's going to affect you, your family, and future generations. So it's very important that we tune into tonight's broadcast, y'all. All right. Please make sure that you donate. Now, as we go back to this article, it's talking about the damage that was done due to all of the stimulus money that was printed. The $6 trillion that the U.S. printed over the last 2 years is now weakening the dollar. And because the dollar is weakened, because so much money has been printed, that means prices are going up. The cost of food, the cost of gas, so many day-to-day life expenses are going up because there has so much money circulated. Again, it says on Friday, Federal Reserve Chairman Jerome Powell acknowledged that inflation pressures are likely to last longer than previously expected. And I want to help y'all know something. A basic way to think about this is whenever a lot of something is in supply, it actually lowers the value of any one unit. So if I'm selling 1 trillion pieces of bubble gum, it means that bubble gum ain't all that special. But if I have only one bubble gum piece in the world, you can only chew bubble gum one more time. If only one person can get that bubble gum, is going to drastically increase the value of it because there's such a high demand. What I want you guys to understand is so much of the US dollar has been printed that for all that 6 trillion that went out, it grossly devalued the value of any $1. Okay. Everybody and their mama started getting money from the government. So it had a way of weakening the dollar bill. It says inflation pressures are likely to last longer than previously expected, noting that they could run well into next year. The central bank leader added that he expects the Fed soon to begin pulling back on the extraordinary measures it has provided to help the economy that critics say have stoked the inflation run. In other words, they're going to stop printing stimulus checks. Some of y'all needed that help whenever the pandemic happened because you lost your jobs. But now economists are looking and saying, if we're going to survive the years to come, we got to stop printing off this money. When that happens, it's going to be every man for himself. And if you have not properly protected your finances, nobody is coming to help you. I'm telling you guys, I'm just saying this as your brother that loves you. I don't want to see you in a bad condition, but I want you guys to start researching everything that's going on with all of these supply chain shortages and all of the goods that are not able to be effectively imported into this country. I'm going to start talking about that more this week. There's a lot of us that have been so caught up in the entertainment and what, the basketball players are doing that we don't actually realize what's going on that will affect our personal lives. The U.S. has been printing a lot of money. They're going to slow that down. And as a result, that's going to affect all of us as we try to afford the cost of living. Now, it says, in addition to overseeing a social media platform that has 206 million active daily users, Dorsey is a strong Bitcoin advocate. Now, the reason I'm pulling this, guys, is because you want to pay special attention whenever people who are in high positions of influence start talking. This man, through just one of his businesses, has access to the thoughts of over 200 million people around the world. So a lot of these guys like Jack Dorsey and Mark Zuckerberg, they know where the market is going. A lot of these guys, believe it or not, they have a better pulse on society than the government, because Facebook, they have more access to people's private information than any government agency throughout the world. That's the reason why Facebook was on trial. Facebook is the primary institution where people are putting up all their personal information. They putting out all their messy business, talking about what their boyfriend and did and sneak this and this person, posting up all of their pictures, all of their interests. This is the reason why Facebook knows how to send you targeted ads. You might have had a thought in your mind about a couch. The next time you go on Facebook is nothing but couches that's being displayed. That's for a reason. I want y'all to notice how the people that control social media, they're saying this for a reason. They're telling you hyperinflation is coming, and they're promoting cryptocurrency, just like I was telling y'all on Friday's show. It says, in addition to overseeing a social media platform that has 206 million active daily users, Dorsey is a strong Bitcoin advocate. He said that Square, the debit and credit card processing platform that Dorsey co-founded, is looking at getting into mining the cryptocurrency. We're going to talk a little bit more about crypto in this broadcast because I want to show you guys all the different ways that you can protect yourself from hyperinflation. Hyperinflation means that the cost of living is going to increase drastically over the next year. All right. So if y'all are just now joining, please make sure that you smash the like button. See, all of this is very important because hyperinflation talks about 50% increases in expenses for the economy, but yet people that have good jobs only will get a 2.5 annual raise per year. So if hyperinflation says costs are going up by 50%, but even the best of jobs are only giving you raises at 2.5%, how will you ever keep up? And LA for Life just says, yes, it's here. Gas is $5 a gallon here in California. I want to show y'all something. I love that you said that, LA for Life, because I'm sharing with y'all an article that in some parts of California, they're going as high as $8 a gallon for gas. All right, let's pull up this article. It says, pain at the pump. California gas prices are sky high, with one town charging almost $8 a gallon. Now, who can afford this? Now, I gotta keep it real with y'all. This is the reason why I left California at a young age. For some of y'all that have watched some of my recent videos, y'all saw I did an entire video on why I left California. Some of y'all need to check that out. Who can afford to live in a city where the cost of gas is $8 a gallon? And that's just for the regular unleaded. It says it's not your imagination, California, like the rest of the nation is, it says it's not your imagination. California, like the rest of the nation, is paying more at the pump. Yeah, gas right here in Texas is $3 a gallon. A week ago, I'm at the pump paying $3.50 a gallon. I'm like, damn, am I in Texas? I'm used to these type of prices in places like LA or New York. This is happening all over. So we got to get ready. It says California, like the rest of the nation, is paying more at the pump. Prices are so high and consumers are so perplexed. that a Google search of why are gas prices going up has spiked this month. Likewise, people are pleading when are gas prices going down, which has also been trending on Google. The average price for a gallon of regular unleaded gasoline is $4.54 in California, which is about $1.16 higher than the national average. Y'all, I need y'all to see this. It says, but one bold station along the Big Sur coast was charging $7.59 a gallon for regular unleaded this week and nearly $8.50 for premium. That is absolutely ridiculous. And look at this gas station. This gas station ain't even looking like nothing, but they charging folks up to $8.50 a gallon. Y'all, we've got to see the signs, man. Like, I know that some of y'all are out there, y'all a little bit more, conspiracy theorists, but I need y'all to see some of this stuff is real. I need y'all to see when you go into your gas stations, you'll notice the price of gas is higher. When you go into the grocery stores, everything costs more. You got to get ready for hyperinflation. Now, this goes back to what Ariel asked. What's the difference between inflation and hyperinflation? So, to put things in layman's terms, inflation is just whenever expenses grow go up standard. So, for example, let's say you got gas that was at $2, but now gas is at $2.50. That's inflation. When you start talking about gas was $2, but now gas is $4, that's hyperinflation because now it's doubling the amount of money that you used to pay a couple weeks ago. Thank you so much, my sister Ariel, for the $10 super chat. Thank you so much for getting us started with the donations tonight. Really appreciate all of your support, my sister. Listen, y'all, this is going to be very, very important. Again, going back to the question on inflation and hyperinflation, cost of living is always going to increase. So we're going to look at things like the cost of education going up, the cost of housing going up. These things are going to go up traditionally as a result of standard inflation. Hyperinflation means that things are getting crazy quick. This is whenever it is a 50% rise in expenses or higher. And we are starting to see that when we are looking at gas prices. We're starting to see it in the car industry. Okay. I want to start showing y'all how hyperinflation is on the way. Now, your brother is always looking out. So one of the things that I put together for you guys is an infographic of all of the inflation and how it's affected us over the past year. I want to show y'all how prices are going up in everyday essentials that we need to live life. Thank you so much as well, Dunamis Bacchus, for that $5 donation. It says, I heard this hyperinflation was a way for the government to collect revenue without raising taxes. Wow, that's heavy. So, a lot of us, we don't know exactly how high this is going to be, but we do know that it is raising by the minute. So y'all make sure that y'all tune into the nice broadcast because I'm going to give you 7 ways to protect yourself from increased cost of living. Thank you so much for everybody that super chat and donated. Please continue, guys. That's what keeps this show going. All you got to do is tap the dollar icon directly below the live chat box. Also, the information for Cash App and PayPal is on the screen. Now, I want to share with y'all this very important infographic that I put together. Okay. I want to show you how just within the past year, things have drastically changed. Okay, so as y'all could see my screen, I want y'all to see how prices are going up. Let me try to zoom in. Bear with me, y'all. Bear with me. I'm trying to make this thing happen. I'm trying to make it work. Thank you so much for all of the support. Thank you for the different donations. Okay. Prices are going up. I'm giving you guys the increase in major categories from September 2020 to September 2021. Rental cars has gone up by 43%. Gas prices has gone up by 42%. All things car related has gone up drastically, guys. That's the reason why there's been such a push for electric vehicles. That's the reason why there's been a lot of shortages in terms of the manufacturing that goes into making a lot of these new cars. You've got a lot of cars right now that are back ordered. And so it's raising the cost on price. Rental cars up by 43%, gas prices up by 42%. We see in California right now, their average price is getting close to $5. Used cars is up by 24%. Now, this is crazy, guys. You know, I'm always stressing the importance of why, unless you are worth $1 million or more, you should always consider used cars if you are going to make a purchase. Now, in other dialogues, we'll talk about things like leases and how that could be structured for business, but we're not going to talk about that in tonight's broadcast. Today, we're going to keep the focus completely on hyperinflation. If you're just now joining, make sure that you smash the thumbs up, okay? When we talk about the rise in prices, this has an effect on us all. Look at this for groceries. The price of select groceries are up by 16%. Chicken, beef, eggs, a lot of these different goods that we buy from day to day is going up drastically, guys. And I want y'all to notice all of these prices. This affects us all. Look at electricity, up by 5%. We need these goods and resources to get by in our day to day. All right. So I just want y'all to be very mindful of what has happened within 1 year. This is just how the economy has shifted from 2020 to 2021. And there's no telling what things could look like from September 2021 to September 2022. That's the reason why we're now going to talk about ways that you can protect your income. All right. So, right now, I want to give you guys 7 ways to protect yourself during these times. If prices don't go back now down and become a little more normal, you need to know how to survive in this economy. Look at what LA Life just said. My friend's mom rented a rental over the weekend. The cost was $300. That's expensive. Damn, what did she rent? you know, listen, there's a lot of places that we could have gone prior to this where you could have rented an exotic car for $300 over a weekend. Things are getting very expensive. Okay. So now let's talk about the 7 ways that you can protect yourself from this crisis. If you apply what I'm going to show you tonight, you're going to thank yourself for years to come. Number 1, pay attention to where the market is going. Right now is the time to wake up to what is happening. I know that a lot of you guys may say, oh, but I'm not a business guy. I'm not a numbers guy, Uzziah. This type of stuff is out of my league. Listen, you better start learning it. All you got to do is come on this show because I'm trying to take complex topics and I'm trying to break it down for all of us. Okay. There's no reason why you should be going through life as an adult not knowing the things of importance. We all know that we're going to need money to provide for ourselves and our families. So you need to make sure that you understand where the market is going, because if you don't know where the market is going, there's no way that you can protect yourself from what's to come. But if you know where the market is going, you can always ride the wave. Let me give an example to you guys of riding the wave. I always tell you guys about how in 2014, I bought my first rental property here in North Austin before Austin became big. Back when Austin was still just on the rise and there were just whispers about Austin growing, I thought that was the best time for me to get a real estate property. So I buy the property. At that time, it was for $200,000. The property 6 years later is valued at over $500,000. That was me riding the wave. I could see where the market was going, and I put my money towards the market so that way when the market changes, it would work to my benefit rather than my downfall. Now, there are most people in Austin, they did not actually put money into anything that they could leverage as an investment. So as they're living in the city, it's actually getting worse for them rather than better, because they have no assets that are increasing in value. This is the reason why I always tell you guys, for those of you guys that are living in places like California or New York, you need to be leveraging these places rather than consuming. If you've got real estate in California, then the real estate can go up. But if all you're doing is just paying out of pocket for things and not getting any return on your investment, then you need to put yourself in a better location where you can get more for your money. Okay. You need to know where the market is going, because when you know where the market is going, you can always help yourself. Okay. This is very, very important, guys. I don't want y'all to underestimate this. I knew Tesla was going to be on the rise. I invested in Tesla. Right now, Tesla is at an all-time high, $900 a share. I got in before Tesla was at $900 a share. When you can see where the market is going, you can start to make the market work for you. Okay. So I want you to understand. See, this is the reason why the rich get richer and the poor get poorer. When hyperinflation comes, the rich knows how to make their money increase while every other business is raising their prices. The poor is just going to be a victim to those businesses, because when all of the business owners are raising their prices, you don't have anything to leverage. You're the consumer rather than the producer. And this is the reason why you will make less. I want y'all to understand, society is doing away with the middle class. In a few years, either you got it or you don't. Look at all the millennials that are trying to buy homes, and they've been pushed out the market because it's only opened up for people who are wealthy. You got to get on the side of wealth creation, guys. So let's start talking about things that you can do. Okay, here's what y'all want to hear. I know y'all don't want to hear stuff like, oh, pay attention to the market is going. Here's the good stuff. Invest in assets that hedge against inflation. I'm talking about cryptocurrency, real estate, index funds, gold. All of these assets will protect you from the marketplace. Now, the reason why these things will protect you from the marketplace is because remember what I was telling you about real estate. When I got this property at $200,000, the real estate agent was telling me I was overpaying at that time. But I knew that over time there would be so much inflation as well as so much population growth here that when the cost of living went up, I would benefit. I would win instead of lose when more people came to Austin. So that's the reason why I do business here. Okay. I'm not as worried about the prices going up because every time the prices go up, that means that there's more money in my pocket. So rather than you having your money in things that don't appreciate during an inflationary period, you need to start putting your money in things where when the market goes up, your dollar goes up with it. Remember what I always tell you guys: a rising tide will raise all boats. You need to put your money in the boats that's on the tide. Okay, let's also talk about cryptocurrency. And this is the reason why the next point that I'm going to bring up, number 3, is stop holding on to so much cash. Y'all don't realize that if the value of the dollar is getting weaker, that means you don't want to hold on to money. You want to start putting your money into things that are appreciating in the marketplace. So, as we talk about cryptocurrency, you need to start investing, because if the US currency is going under, but digital currency is on the rise, again, you need to put your money where the market is going. Next thing, I talk about index funds. Make sure that y'all watch the show that I did on Friday if you missed it. I showed you guys that last week Bitcoin hit an all-time high, and we were talking about the importance of how cryptocurrency has risen by over 10,000% for the average 10 coins over the past 7 years. Okay. If you invested in an index fund like the S&P 500 since 2014, you would have seen an almost 200% return on your investment. However, had you taken that same money and put it into one of the top 10 crypto funds, then chances are you would have seen an average return of 10,000% or more. This is the reason why we got to get into cryptocurrency. I know that a lot of y'all are still kind of, downplaying it, but it's time to ride the wave. You heard it here. Okay, guess what, guys? No matter what you do, prices are going up. Gas is going up. Housing is going up. Education costs are going up. No matter what you do, the money that you're going to spend to sustain your life, that's going up. The question is, what are you going to do in terms of your investments that will give you the money to afford it? If all you do is just hold on to cash, you're not going to be able to keep up with the growth. Okay, how much money is your money making you when you put it in the checking account? How much interest are you earning by having the money in savings? Y'all got to look at how, even if you put your money into a money market savings account right now, you could get a 0.5% interest. Meanwhile, you got cars that are raising in price by 42%. How could you possibly keep up? If groceries are increasing by 16%, but you're only getting a 2.2% raise at the job, how are you going to keep up from year to year? You won't. That's why you got to take your money out of cash and you got to start putting it into investing. You got to start getting in the game and taking a little risk, so that way you can predict the market going where you want your money to go. If I predict that crypto is going to be on the rise, I'm going to put my money in crypto. If I predict that inflation is going to make the housing market more expensive, I'm going to put more money in housing. That's why I've been telling y'all about me getting ready for my next real estate investment. Sources show that the housing market is going to increase by 20% in price next year. I'm trying to buy property now before the 20% increase comes. So that way, when the 20% increase comes, I won't be like the average person that's saying, oh man, I want to buy a house now and it's too expensive. You know, if I would have got it in 2020, I couldn't have got it. I don't want to be in that situation. I want to be in a situation where I saw where it was going. I got in now, so that way when the 20% shift comes, I'm not paying 20% more because I've already locked in the housing costs. I'm getting 20% in terms of equity. If I buy a property and the housing market goes up by 20%, then that means I've just successfully invested in an asset that has given me a 20% return on investment. That's the reason why, guys, I don't want y'all to only be just afraid of hyperinflation. I actually want you to look forward to it because there are so many opportunities for you to ride the wave that if you get into the right investments now, when things shoot up, you can shoot up financially along with it. You can get great gains during this time so that when if prices start going down just by a little bit, maybe you can start selling off some of the investments that you had while it was at the peak. You know, one of the plans that I'm going to have in crypto personally is there's certain cryptos that I plan on investing in the long term. And there's certain cryptos that I predict are only going to have a temporary buzz, but then it's going to have a steep drop. When it has that temporary buzz, I want to already be there and sell whenever it reaches a peak. These are the types of things that y'all should do. That's the reason why I'm telling y'all, start getting in this game, y'all, and make sure that you smash that like button. All right, let's get these likes up, y'all. A lot of y'all is taking in this free game on this hyperinflation, but I need the support, y'all. Please make sure that y'all donate. Please give a super chat, okay? If you can donate via Cash App or PayPal instead, feel free. The information is on the screen. I'm going to start looking at these comments. Look at what Olivia B said about hyperinflation. She said, God damn. Look at what LA for Life said. I used to live in Austin. Nice place. It was way cheap back then. See? I want y'all to notice. Way back then, Austin was a lot cheaper, but now it's gotten a lot more expensive. You know, Austin is the most expensive city in Texas, and Austin is one of the top 10 most expensive rental markets in the United States. But guys, I want you to think about my situation and how it can benefit you. If Austin is one of the top 10 most expensive rental markets in the United States, is that hurting me or helping me? See, it might be hurting the average person because when their money goes out of their pocket, they don't get it back. But for me, that's a benefit because I'm the landlord, which means I can always raise the price of the rent. You always want to put your money behind things that can increase in value. A lot of you guys are holding on to all this cash, but you need to start getting rid of the cash and start putting it into investments. Okay, that's the number one key during inflation. LA for Life said Shiba is up 28% right now. Hey, I already told y'all I got my Shiba money. I already got my Shiba money. I'm trying to get y'all on this wave. Listen, y'all, start putting your money into some of these things. Everything is going up, guys. Be a part of the action rather than being a victim. Okay. Julian Johnson said, it's only helping if you own property. This is exactly the reason why I preach ownership, own assets, own businesses, own stocks, own gold, own whatever investments that you predict will increase in the market during this time, so that way you can sustain yourself. M. Watson also said, that's why I invested into Yellow Freight and Ford. Yes, great point. I'm not up on Yellow Freight. I'm gonna have to check that one out, M. Watson. But I am a Ford investor. I do have shares of Ford. I also have shares of Square, which Jack Dorsey mentioned earlier. Okay, y'all got to see where this is going. Okay, we always talk about donating through Cash App. I'm a shareholder of Cash App, knowing that so many people use it. A lot of y'all have intuitions on where things are going, but why are you not putting your money behind it? Other forms of investments that can help you against inflation. Non-duplicatable assets. This is the reason why things like trading cards have been getting so much attention. During inflation, you want to own things that nobody else can own. This property that I own right here, nobody else can own it, only me. So I know that this property will go up in value because there's only one of this. A lot of y'all know I went to Baylor University. I'm a proud alum. When Baylor won an NCAA national championship last year, I ordered the championship game ticket. I have it framed in my house. I have the fourth frame that was ever produced for the NCAA championship. And the reason why I bought that is because I know that it's going to appreciate in value over time. You got to get your hands on anything that appreciates, whether it's art. Some of you may like certain exotic cars. Whatever appreciates rather than depreciates, that's what you need to be going towards, guys. All right. Now, the fourth thing that I want y'all to do is to create a budget. The reason why you must create a budget and stick to it during inflation is because you need to look for opportunities to save money. A lot of you guys, maybe a part of companies that are raising their prices. This is when you need to start going to those companies and asking for discounts. This is the time where you need to be out shopping to see, are there other companies that give me better offers than what I have right now? I'm not sponsored by this company, but I started using Truebill. Truebill will look at all of the bills that you have and all of your monthly subscriptions. And they will tell you, hey, you got all of these bills. I don't know if you knew you're still paying on this. It will not only tell you all of your monthly bills that you didn't know that you had, but it will also negotiate on your behalf. They will contact the companies and try to reduce the cost of your bills for you. Okay. So for those of you that want to check out Truebill, feel free to use it. It is a smartphone app that you can download on your phone. One of the most important things that you need to do during a time of inflation is create a budget, because you need to get a very clear handle on where your money is going, how much you can afford to spend, and which areas you can afford to cut costs, so that way you can start putting your money towards certain investments. All right. The next thing that I want you guys to really focus on doing, number 5, is learning a specialized skill. Okay. When hyperinflation is on the rise, you don't want to be the person that doesn't have high skills. You need to have high quality skills so that you could stay competitive in the marketplace. Let's look at some of these comments. Adonis Music LLC says they got money in Ethereum and Bitcoin. Okay, that's what's up. Julian Johnson said, I'm dumping it. Shiba Inu, once it reaches a penny. It's a pump and dump cryptocurrency, meme currency. I'm not missing the wave. Yeah, Julian, I'm curious to see how high Shiba Inu is gonna go, brother. I'm gonna ride that wave for a little bit, man. I don't know how high it's gonna go, but I'm definitely going to keep my eye open on how high it can go before I pull out. LA for Life says, my friend wants to sell her property she just bought last year here in California What are your thoughts on that? I don't think she should sell, but she's earned $80,000 already. I mean, it all depends. If she sells, what is she going to do instead? Does she plan on moving? Honestly, this was one of the best years for people that are looking to sell real estate because people were willing to buy properties at up to $500,000 more than what the market value of the house is. A lot of people came up off of real estate this year. I honestly think, to y'all, no cap, if I put my real estate investment property here in North Austin on the market this year, I could have walked away close to $1 million just because it started to get that crazy where people were, if you had a property that was $500, 500,000, people was willing to pay 600,000. If you had a property that typically people would have came in and do inspections, people were willing to buy properties and not inspect it at all as long as they got their hand on it. It was such a hot year. Okay. Italy Setzer says, I just downloaded the app. I haven't used it yet since I'm signing up, but thanks. Anytime, my sister. Happy to help. I'm shout out to all the new faces that I'm seeing on the show. Also, I hope that you guys are really enjoying the broadcast, and make sure that y'all tap in with me. Okay. I do this show every night. Saturday. I'm sorry, not Saturday. That's the only off day that I have. Sunday through Friday at 7 p.m. Central, that's when this show airs. So if y'all are liking this show, please tap in with me. I would love to see y'all on. And please, if y'all love this show and you like what this is about, then please make sure that y'all donate, y'all. All right. I take this time out of my schedule to try to give y'all as much critical information as I can. If you find value that will help you make more money or save money, then please return the favor. All you got to do is donate, give a super chat. The information is in the description below. Okay. So, yeah, if she's moving to Texas, this would have been a great year to sell. See, I don't know if we would need to set up more of a consulting call on that, or even you could cam up with me right now if you want to. LA for life. For those of y'all that have questions, why don't we do that? Why don't we do that right now? For any of you guys that have questions on how to make the most of protecting yourself against inflation, tap that cam up link so that way we can talk about it in more detail. Y'all can still put questions in the comment section. If any of y'all got questions on how to make the most of this hyperinflation season, I would love to see your questions, because this show is about helping you as much as I can. So if you want to cam up, feel free. If you want to add the comments, feel free to add the comments, but I'm just showing you guys how to make the most of things. Okay. So let's recap the top 7 ways to protect yourself from the increase in cost of living. Number 1, you need to pay attention to where the market is going. Number 2, you need to start investing in assets that hedge against inflation. Okay. Let me do something else for y'all. Okay. I want to make sure that you do your part in investing in assets that hedge against inflation. That's why I'm giving you to the 2 free stocks below. Okay. As your brother, I'm giving you guys access to 2 free stocks courtesy of Webull. Webull is one of the fastest growing financial brokerage companies in the world. Okay. On Webull, not only can you trade stocks, you can also invest in cryptocurrency. Okay. So all you got to do is set up an account and it'll give you 2 free stocks, just as a way of saying thank you for tuning into the show. Okay. So make sure, guys, that you do your part in investing in assets that go up in value. If real estate is going up, invest in real estate. If crypto is going up, invest in crypto. You don't have to have trillions of dollars. Just start putting whatever you can towards these assets now. Also, you want to make sure that you create a budget. That way you can find opportunities to save money and cut down on costs. Also, guys, you need to make sure that you stop holding on to as much cash. I always stress the importance of you having an emergency fund, and that still applies. But don't hoard so much unnecessary cash into your checking and savings account because it is not doing anything for you. The value of the dollar is getting weaker. Nobody gets rich saving money. If you're going to make money, you need to make your money work for you. That's why you need to get into investing. Okay. Also, during this season, you need to have specialized skills. All right. I need y'all getting skilled up. Read the books, take the courses, get the certifications, do the programs, do whatever it is that you need to do to level up so that way your skills are in high demand. So for example, in the tech industry, computer programmers, they always want to make a lot of money. People that know how to design mobile apps, they're going to make money, guys. You got to get into these industries where people are making real money. Also, the next thing that I want you to do, okay, this is number 6. After you learn that specialized skill, turn it into a product. This will allow you to sell at unlimited volume. So you might have a special skill, but there's only so much of that skill that you can produce in the marketplace. The real key is for you to take the skill that you have and turn it into a product that disassociates money from your time. When all you have is a skill, you'll work at a job where you have to trade that time for money. But when you can take that skill and turn it into a product, then it's something that you can sell to people in unlimited supply. Let me give you guys an example. I have certain skills pertaining to personal finance as well as business. I could work at a consulting firm, or I could take the skills that I have and I can put it into a book. I can take a product and I can sell this product all around the world. And the greatest thing about having a product is this product will sell while you're sleeping, eating, hanging out. It does not require your time. Okay. But you can never position yourself to have a specialized product if you have not put in the time to develop a specialized skill. This is the reason why I'm always telling you guys to do whatever training you need to do now to level up, because another thing that I'm going to talk about very soon is about a lot of these jobs being cut off. A lot of jobs got canceled when the pandemic happened. A lot of jobs people are going to continue to lose as technology evolves. The only people that are going to weather the storm are going to be those who have specialized skills, who these are the types of people where they're irreplaceable in a company. If you ain't got no specialized skills, it's easy to get rid of you. Okay, so these are all things that we need to know. Last thing that I'm going to encourage y'all to do: start to buy in bulk. Start buying certain household goods and resources right now at current price, so that way you don't have to worry about things getting out of your price range come next year. So whether that's food, whether that's toiletries, whether that's different essentials, try to start buying certain items in bulk. Not only do you get certain price discounts, for those of you guys that shop at places like Sam's Club or Costco, you get certain discounts when buying in bulk, but also y'all know shortages are on the way. Okay, so these are all things that you could do to protect yourself and your family for the days to come. Okay, Adonis Music LLC just said, I'm a music publisher. I license music to film trailers, video game trailers, and TV shows. That's amazing, man. Keep up the great work. Really, 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 really proud of you and happy for you for positioning yourself properly. Listen, guys, if he can do it, we can do it. If I can do it, you can do it. We got to put ourselves in position to win. So again, just to recap, Hyperinflation is on the rise. We can see this when it comes to the price of gas, the price of food. All of these expenses are growing. If you want to protect yourself, pay attention to where the market is going. Start investing in assets that appreciate in value. Make sure that you start getting non-duplicatable assets. Make sure that you stop holding on to so much cash. Work on a budget so that way you know where your money is going and what you can afford. Make sure that you get a specialized skill. Once you've learned that specialized skill, turn it into a product. Then start buying in bulk. Some of these things you can start doing today, guys. All right. So listen, if you love today's show, I think y'all did. I think y'all liked today's show. Thank y'all so much for the support. Please make sure that you smash the like button. Please make sure that you guys check out my channel. If you are not subscribed, please make sure that you subscribe. If you have yet to donate, y'all, please donate. This will definitely keep the show going. Okay. I really appreciate all the support that you guys give to keeping this channel going. Listen, y'all, I'm out here working just like the rest of y'all. So please make sure that y'all, show support in all the work that I am putting in. Now, for those of you guys that like tonight's broadcast and you want to learn more about creating financial freedom, I invite you to my free masterclass, okay? The 3 keys to financial freedom. If you liked what I talked about today, I've put together a masterclass that takes it to a totally different level. It shows you how you can get out of your 9-to-5 job and build an automated stream of income to replace your current salary. If you want to know how to create multiple streams of income, you need to make sure that you check out that masterclass, because I'm going to show you on that masterclass how I created multiple streams of revenue and I started building passive income streams on autopilot so that I would not have to work at a 9-to-5. Make sure that y'all check that out. The link is in the description below. All right. And listen, y'all, I'm out of here. Please make sure that y'all donate. Super Chat, Cash App, PayPal. The links are in the description below. I love y'all. Tomorrow, I'm going to have a special guest. Make sure that y'all tune in. Tomorrow, I'm going to be on here at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. It's going to be an amazing show. Make sure that y'all are there. I pray that all of you have an amazing week. All right. Thank you so much, my sister LA for life. I appreciate that. I appreciate that. I appreciate you. Thank you so much for the $50 super chat, just paying your dues. Thank you so much. Much love to you, my sister. All right. And with that, guys, I wish you a good night. Keep pushing.